If your energy in bed is fading, your breakfast might be to blame. It's not your age, it's what you're eating first thing in the morning. Heavy legs, fatigue, that passion that seems to have gone cold, it might all be connected. If you're over 60 and feeling like something's missing, listen closely. What you're about to hear could change that before it gets worse. What no one tells you is that your first meal of the day can decide whether you'll spend your day exhausted, with numb legs, low mood, and shaky confidence, or if you'll wake up energized, strong, balanced, in a good mood, and yes, ready for everything, including intimacy. Many men who come to me say the same thing. Dr. Esperanza, I feel like my body's turning against me. But in truth, your body is simply reacting to what you give it, or don't. Imagine trying to start a car with no fuel. That's what many men do daily by skipping breakfast, or starting with white bread, sugary coffee, crackers, or processed juices. These foods silently sabotage your circulation. And the worst part? This effect goes straight to the parts of your body that define your masculinity. Weak legs, stiff back, numbness in the pelvic area. It all starts with the wrong breakfast. You're not alone. And no, you're not too old to change. What you're about to discover are simple, affordable foods you probably already have at home. But no one ever told you how, when, or why to eat them. And I'll explain everything in plain language, like I'm talking to an older brother who deserves to know the truth. But first, let me ask you something. Don't give up on yourself. Because once you understand how something as simple as an egg, a bowl of oats, or a slice of watermelon can reactivate your circulation, your energy, and even your drive, you'll wonder why you ever accepted feeling tired as normal. And I want you to stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal a special food combination that many of my patients have used to see visible results in just 7 days. No pills, no gym, no expensive supplements. Your body is calling for help, and I'm here to show you the way back, with science, with clarity, and with deep respect for your journey. Are you ready to find out what's been silently blocking your circulation every morning? Then keep watching, because what's coming next could transform your relationship with food, your body, and your self-confidence. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Esperanza, a physician specializing in men's health for over 30 years. Throughout these decades, I've stood by men of all ages, but especially those in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who began to feel that something was off. I've seen up close the quiet fear so many carry, the fear of losing strength, vitality, manhood, and more than that, the fear of no longer satisfying the one you love. And let me tell you, from one professional to you, this is not your fault. You were taught to stay silent, to endure, to believe that fatigue, lack of desire, or difficulty in bed are just part of aging, but they're not. What I've found through thousands of consultations is that most men are not sick. They're simply undernourished by their everyday choices. Men who are strong, hard-working, providers of families and businesses, but who've put their own health in second place. And now, their body is sending the bill. It shows up in weak legs, stiff backs, or quiet nights where desire seems to have vanished. But perhaps the cruelest part of all this is the shame. The shame to talk to a doctor. The shame to admit something has changed. I've heard it so many times. Doctor, I don't even know how to bring this up. Or, you're the first person I've told this to. And I get it. Because society doesn't prepare men to age with dignity. It demands strength, performance, and silence. But I'm here to change that. In my clinic, I don't just deliver diagnoses. I listen. I welcome. I explain. I look my patients in the eye and say, with warmth and firmness, you still can. You still deserve to feel good. And after all these years studying the male body, you know what I've discovered? It all begins with blood. If your blood isn't circulating properly, nothing in your body works as it should. Not your brain, not your muscles, not your desire. Blood flow delivers oxygen, nutrients, energy, and it's what powers the signals that make you feel alive, confident, and fully present. And the most surprising part, that blood flow can be regulated with simple choices, starting with your breakfast. Yes, really. I've seen men spend fortunes on medications, supplements, shakes, and fancy treatments. but never once consider what they were putting in their body during the first hour of their day. Like Mr. Afonso, 74, who told me, "Doctor, I was always tired. My wife thought it was depression. I thought it was just age, but I changed my breakfast, and everything changed." Or Carlos, 67, who came to me thinking he'd have to give up intimacy. "I have no strength, no drive anymore, Doc." 3 weeks later, after a simple morning routine change, he sent me a note. I'm smiling again, and so is my wife. So if you're here with me now, I want you to understand this. You are not alone. You are part of a growing group of men who feel just like you, but who have already started to turn things around. And if you'll allow me, I'd love to guide you through this transformation, because this isn't just about eating better. It's about reclaiming your pride. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, "I still got it. I'm still a man, and I deserve to feel good." Now that you know who I am, and that you're in good hands, stick with me. In the next part, I'll show you 5 simple science-backed foods that can boost your blood flow in the morning and completely change how you wake up, move, and feel as a man. Stay until the end. The final combo might surprise you. Now that you understand your blood flow is the real engine behind your energy, desire, and physical strength, let's get straight to the point. I'm going to show you simply and scientifically 5 foods you can eat in the morning. Common, affordable foods that require no complicated recipes. Each one was carefully selected because it directly activates blood vessels, nourishes the nerves in your pelvis, legs, lower back, and yes, your intimate areas. You'll learn how these foods work inside your body like quiet helpers, restoring circulation where it matters most. And the best part, you don't need supplements. You don't need to rely on medications with side effects. No fancy gym, no strange diets. All you need to understand is this: the first hour after you wake up is your golden window. It's when your blood vessels are most responsive, when your nerves are ready to be activated, when your muscles are waiting for the right fuel. And if you give your body what it needs at that moment, it starts responding. And as a doctor, I assure you, this isn't magic, it's biochemistry. Everything I'm about to show you is backed by clinical studies and real-life results I've seen firsthand. Can you believe that a whole egg, a spoonful of seeds, or a slice of fresh fruit could be more powerful than a blue pill? Yes, once you understand what they do inside your body, you'll never want to go back to your old breakfast. Now I need you to stay with me until the end of this video, because in addition to the 5 foods I'll detail, I'll also reveal a special combination, what I call the activator mix, that many of my patients use to feel results in as little as 1 week. And when I say results, I don't just mean waking up with more energy. I mean getting out of bed with ease, walking pain-free, climbing stairs without breathlessness, and feeling that fire again. All from real, natural, accessible food. And more importantly, with consistency. It's not about eating well once. It's about turning your morning into a daily ritual of recovery, a small act of power and self-care. And if you're wondering, "Doctor, really? Just with food, no meds?" The answer is yes, it's possible. And I say it with confidence because I've seen it. Men who used to depend on pills now have natural strength. Men who once avoided mirrors now feel alive, confident, whole again. And it all started with one simple shift: how they fueled their body in the morning. So get ready, because in the next few minutes I'll reveal each food one by one. And with each one, I'll share a real story from one of my patients. So you can see this isn't theory, it's medical practice, real transformation. Stick with me till the end, because the final combination might just change everything. Let's begin now with the 5 simple foods you can add to your breakfast and how they transformed the lives of some of my patients. 1. Whole eggs, the silent muscle and nerve restorer. Many underestimate the power of a simple egg, but it's actually a complete morning booster for mature men. The yolk, often unfairly avoided, is rich in choline, vitamin D, B12, and leucine, all essential for restoring nerve sensitivity, improving muscle tone, and reactivating erectile function. I remember Marco, 69 years old, who came to me saying, "Doctor, everything feels numb, down there and even up here." I told him to start his day with 2 hard-boiled whole eggs, nothing fancy. A month later, he returned smiling. Now I wake up before my alarm, and it feels like something else is waking up too. 2. Oats with chia seeds, the natural artery cleanser. Oats contain beta-glucan, a fiber that helps clean the inside of blood vessels, reducing inflammation and improving blood flow. But the real secret is adding chia seeds, packed with omega-3, magnesium, and potassium. This mix is ideal for men with cold hands, numb feet, or a heavy-legged feeling. Let me tell you about Samir, 72. He was discouraged and emotionally drained. Dr. Esperanza, I think it's over for me. I recommended a warm bowl of oatmeal with chia and a sprinkle of cinnamon every morning. 2 weeks later, he already felt more energized. And after a month, he told me, I wake up earlier now because I want to live the day. Before, I just wanted to sleep. 3. Watermelon, the natural nitric oxide booster. Who would have thought such a common fruit acts like a natural alternative to famous pills? Watermelon contains citrulline, which your body converts into arginine, boosting nitric oxide production, which relaxes vessels and supports erections. Here's the key. Eat it on an empty stomach, including the white part of the rind. Slice it, chew it raw, or blend it into a morning smoothie. Bill, 66, was very direct. Doctor, the engine's not starting. I told him to begin with watermelon every morning on an empty stomach. 4 days later, he called me. Something's happening and it's definitely not placebo. 4. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt. Circulation and muscle stabilizer. Sweet potato, rich in complex carbs, replenishes muscle glycogen without causing sugar spikes. Paired with Celtic salt, rich in over 80 natural minerals, it helps balance electrolytes and stabilize body function. Thomas, 71, came in complaining of stiff legs and tingling. I suggested a simple routine. Half a steamed sweet potato with a pinch of Celtic salt and warm water before breakfast. 3 days later, he came back moved. Doctor, I stood up from bed without holding on to anything that hasn't happened in years. 5. Cinnamon with blueberries. Microcirculation and mental focus enhancer. Few men know this, but cinnamon with frozen or fresh blueberries activates microcirculation, especially in the fingers, brain, and other extremities. This combination boosts antioxidant power and restores sensation to areas that had gone numb. Carlos, 68, struggled with foggy thinking and low drive. I suggested he add cinnamon and blueberries to his oatmeal. 2 weeks later, he told me, my mind feels clearer. And my wife noticed the change before I did. These are 5 foods that changed real lives. They're not exotic, expensive, or complicated. They just need to be eaten at the right time, with consistency and purpose. And in the next chapter, I'll reveal the miracle fruit and secret food combination that my patients use to completely transform their mornings. You won't want to miss it. Now we've reached the peak, the part where my patients' eyes light up when they realize there's something simple, powerful, and almost unbelievable that can transform their mornings and their nights. I'm talking about a fruit that works so precisely in the body. Many call it natural Viagra, but without side effects, risks, or chemicals. And it tastes just like your childhood. Watermelon. Yes, watermelon. Sweet, refreshing, easy to find, and loaded with a compound called citrulline, which your body converts into arginine. The very same pathway used by erectile dysfunction medications. But here's the part no one tells you. The highest concentration of citrulline isn't in the red flesh. It's in the white part near the rind. That part you probably throw away. That's where the real nitric oxide boost comes from. This helps relax blood vessels, enhance blood flow to the pelvic region, and intensify physical responses during intimate moments. Let me share the story of Mr. Alberto, 75, widowed for years and newly in love. He came to me shyly. Doctor, I'm happy again, but my body doesn't seem to keep up. I prescribed a simple routine. Every morning, eat 3 to 4 slices of watermelon, including the white part, or blend it into a smoothie with a touch of lime. 10 days later, he called me laughing. Doctor, I can't believe it. I haven't felt like this in years. His voice sounded different, stronger, more alive. And now the most special part, the secret combination. 3 simple, scientifically synergistic elements: whole eggs plus watermelon with rind plus oats with chia. Consumed within the first hour after waking, ideally on an empty stomach or after warm water, this trio works together too. Eggs provide choline and leucine for hormones and muscles. Oats with chia clean arteries and maintain steady flow. Watermelon boosts nitric oxide, improving blood flow to sensitive areas. This combo not only improves erections naturally, but also energizes your legs, boosts stamina, improves your mood, and gives you a new kind of confidence. I call it the masculine morning reboot. And before you say, "Is that it?" I ask you, just try it for 7 days. Because when you feel lighter, more energized, and more alive, everything changes. Even the way your partner looks at you. Like Geraldo, 68, who returned and told me, "Doctor, my wife hugged me longer today. She noticed something's different, and so did I." That's what this is about. Not just circulation, it's self-esteem, presence, masculine dignity. You can prep the watermelon in the fridge, boil the eggs the night before, and soak the oats and chia ahead of time. It takes 10 minutes a day, but the impact is lasting. This isn't magic, it's smart science. And most of all, it's about honoring your body and the man you still are, and always have been. In the next chapter, I'll show you how to apply this realistically to your daily life, even if you're short on time, routine, or motivation. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to start. Now that you know the foods, the powerful combination, and even the miracle fruit, let me be direct with you. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need a luxury gym. You don't need magic pills or wait for motivation. You just need to change your breakfast. That's it. No mystery, no excuses, no drama. The transformation you're looking for starts with your fork, right at home, using real ingredients. And what makes all the difference is timing. Within the first hour after waking up, that's when your blood vessels are open, your muscles are ready, and your nerves are most responsive. Miss that window, and you miss the best moment to restart your energy. Unfortunately, that's what most men do. They skip breakfast or just have sugar-filled coffee and white bread. And later, they ask, "Why are my legs so heavy? Why do I wake up already tired? Why has my desire faded? Why don't I feel like myself anymore?" And the answer is right there, in the empty or wrong plate. But now you have the knowledge, and with knowledge comes a choice. You can keep running on autopilot, or tomorrow morning, you can look in the mirror and say, "Today, I take care of myself." That's it. It's not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about giving your body the minimum it needs to start reacting. So here's a simple plan to begin. 1. Choose one of the foods I mentioned, just one. 2. Prepare it tonight. Boil it, slice it, or have it ready to blend. 3. Tomorrow, eat it within the first hour of waking up. 4. Do this for 7 days straight. You don't need the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is now. You don't need to feel strong to begin. Strength comes from consistency. You don't need to compare yourself to your younger self. Just be better than yesterday. And I promise, if you take that first step, your body will thank you with better balance, more stability, more energy to live and to smile. And yes, more response in intimate moments. Because when you nourish your body right, it remembers how to be strong. Still wondering, "Doctor, am I too old for this?" Let me share what I told Mr. Almir, 81 years old. Old is the belief that says you can't. The body, when given the right tools, responds until the very end. And he did respond. Today, he walks 30 minutes daily, sleeps better, and laughs with his grandchildren again. So here's my invitation. Tomorrow, don't skip breakfast. Choose it with awareness, with self-respect. Because this small choice is the first step to reclaiming what matters most. Your energy, your desire, your control, and above all, your self-worth. So tell me honestly, can you give yourself 10 minutes a day? If yes, the change has already begun. In the next and final chapters, we'll go deeper into what really matters. Because more than health, this journey is about dignity, purpose, and hope. And I'll show you it's not too late. If you've made it this far with me, then I want to tell you something from the bottom of my heart. You've already started your transformation. Simply listening, reflecting, and considering these changes shows that you haven't given up. And to me, that is the greatest strength a man can have. Maybe you don't feel like your old self anymore. Maybe you look in the mirror and see someone different. Maybe you think your best days are behind you. But let me tell you something I've learned in 30 years of listening to, caring for, and supporting men like you. It's not too late. You still have time. Time to feel proud. Time to regain vitality. Time to look yourself in the eye with respect and say, I am not a broken man. I am a man rebuilding. And I know society never taught you to speak up. It taught you to swallow your cries, endure in silence, to be strong all the time. But true strength, my friend, is in acknowledging that you need care and that you deserve that care. You've been through so much, hard work, responsibilities, life's scars. You're not weak, you're a survivor. And now you have the chance to make peace with your body, not with shame, but with compassion. I've seen men come to me saying they felt nothing anymore. No desire, no joy, no spark. And after a few weeks of simple changes, they said, Doctor, I feel like myself again. And I would smile because I knew it wasn't just about blood or muscles. It was about spirit. It was about a man who regained his capability, who walked confidently, who felt the warmth of a touch, the laughter with grandchildren, the joy of love again. Because yes, aging changes the body, but it doesn't have to extinguish the light inside you. You don't need to run marathons or have a 30-year-old body. You just need to reconnect with your dignity, with the man who, even with gray hair, holds a life story that deserves to be lived with pleasure, health, and joy. And the beauty is here. You still can. You can still wake up with a light body. You can still feel every touch. You can still be the man who leads, who inspires, who loves with presence. And it all starts with small decisions, like preparing your breakfast with intention, like sleeping well, like looking in the mirror and saying, I am still here. If I could look into your eyes right now, I'd say, you are valuable. You're not alone. Your body can still bloom, because there is no age limit to reinvent yourself, only the moment you choose to believe again. And that moment can be today. So tell me, will you live the next chapter of your life with more energy, more pleasure, more meaning? If yes, you've already taken the most important step, the step of awareness. Now all that's left is to continue with consistency, with care, and with the certainty that you deserve all of this. And in the final chapter, I'll leave you with a personal message, a heartfelt farewell, and a simple, yet powerful invitation. Because our journey together is just beginning. If this video spoke to you, I want to thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving your health a chance. Thank you for allowing this conversation, even about topics that have been silent for too long. Taking care of your body after 60 isn't vanity. It's dignity. And I hope that from now on, you never look at yourself as too old. You're alive. You still feel. And you deserve to live with pleasure, energy, and independence. If this information helped you in any way, consider subscribing to this channel. It's free, simple, and ensures you keep receiving content that respects your age, your story, and your pace. If you want to go further, share this video with another man who needs to hear this. Your father, a friend, a brother. Because sometimes a simple conversation can rekindle hope that had gone dormant. And before I close, let me share something personal. I chose medicine because I believe every man deserves to age with dignity and joy. And if I can remind you of that, even through a video, it's worth everything. So take care of yourself. Eat with intention. Be proud of the man you are, not just for what you've done, but for what you still choose to do. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, remember me. Remember your legs, your blood, your heart. Remember that you're the one who gets to choose how this next chapter goes. With warmth, Dr. Esperanza.